hitting 7th. Batting 8th and catching, Tony Pena. And the 9th place hitter at second base, Randy Kutcher. Pitching this afternoon for the Red Sox, right-hander Dana Kicker. Dana's 6-8 on the season with a 4.32 earned run average. That's in 21 starts. Here's the White Sox lineup he'll be facing. Leading off and DHing, Ivan Calderon. Batting second center field, Lance Johnson. Big Frank Thomas will hit third and play first base. Hitting cleanup in left field is Dan Pasqua. Robin Ventura will hit fifth and play third base. He's followed by catcher Ron Karkovice. Sammy Sosa is in right field, batting 7th. Hitting 8th at second, Scotty Fletcher. And the 9th place hitter at shortstop, El Capitan Ozzie Guillen. Pitching this afternoon for the Sox is right-hander Eric King. Eric 9-4 with a 3.41 earned run average in 22 starts so far this year. More numbers, he's given up 123 hits in 132 innings, 33 walks, and 67 strikeouts for Eric. The weather, as Hawk said earlier, well, the wind has died down considerably, as you can see the flag, but it'll get a little bit more brisker. Yeah. 62 degrees at game time. Wind out of the northeast. Oh my, that means it is coming in at 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour. The men in blue, the umpires. Ted Hendry at home plate. Steve Palermo will be at first base. Mike Riley at second, and at third, Rich Garcia. Eric King in his last start Monday at Cleveland, he won. Yay! 6 innings pitched. He gave up only 5 hits and 2 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. This is his 3rd start since coming off the disabled list. 3-2 with a 4.08 career ERA against the Boston Red Sox. Eric, well, he'll pick a couple pitches this afternoon. He's got 5 to choose from. Good sinking fastball, hard slider, curve, change, and has a knuckleball. Has not featured the knuckler lately. That big win this afternoon, blowing straight in, I doubt that he would do it. And defensively for the White Sox, in the outfield, Danny Pasqua in left, Lance Johnson's the center fielder, Sammy Sosa in right. Around the horn, it's Robin Ventura at third base, Ozzie at shortstop, Scott Fletcher is the second baseman, Big Frank Thomas will play first. And the battery this afternoon of Eric King and Ron Karkovice. Carlton Fisk getting the afternoon off. There it is. Goodbye, Comiskey. Sox fans' field of dreams. Well, there's another dream that's going to be fulfilled next year at that new ballpark, so that will be an outstanding place for Sox fans to enjoy baseball at its finest in the 90s. Big crowd here on hand this afternoon, and one of those games, Hawks, where the elements can really have a final say in the outcome of this ball game with that wind blowing straight in from center field.
Well, Wimpy, I think the analogy you made about the no-hitter when Andy Hawkins lost it here 4-0, very similar day. The wind swirling, and of course that's something that the Sox outfielders will have a definite advantage over Boston because of the fact they're more used to it. But right here, the Red Sox, as we mentioned, they have to try to get a little something going. Freetown posters by now, says Wayne Edwards. He's going to get a cut. Is he McDowell's agent out there?
I think he might be. He wasn't a member of the band, though. That's Scott Radinsky and Jim Angio, other band members.
So here's Jody Reed as the Red Sox come in 2 games in front of the Toronto Blue Jays. Red Sox 14 games over, 80-66. Well, you see what Jody did last night. Reed this year 10 for 30 against Sox pitching. 333 as he takes a fastball strike and the game's underway. Sox on the other side of that ledger. They are 21 games over, 83-62, but they are 10 games back. They're slow in the count 1-1, says Ted Hendry. This weather, just a space of 24 hours, made a big U-turn.
I love it.
I do too.
I love cool weather.
That's right to Robin. Little soft line drive by Reed. 1 gone.
Eric will take it.
And we're talking about the standings there. You see the Sox. Look at that. 21 games over. And as we were talking yesterday, it certainly has not been a case of the Sox fading, not playing well. They have played their fannies off, as a matter of fact. They just have the best team in baseball in front of them. That's all. Here's a 38-year-old veteran, Dwight Evans. Hitting 247, 13 homers, 55 ribbies. Dwight making his first appearance yesterday, had a triple. Nursing that bad back. Check swing and fastball.
I was talking to Dwight before the game, and I know you were too, Hawk. He explained it's not a disc problem, so that is good. He's going to have surgery at the end of the year, but it's one of those 6-week recuperation processes. So
yeah, it's a spur.
Yeah,
it's a spur that when he is, active, it grates on one of the nerves in the spinal cord, and then it becomes inflamed. So indeed, Dwight said that they feel like it's a relatively minor back operation, if in fact you can say minor to a back operation. But he said 6 weeks, he should be 100%. That's good news.
He'll be ready for a strong 1991.
Talking about these Red Sox, there you see the Blue Jays just 10 games over, 2 games back.
Isn't that amazing? Do you think that there ever will be wild card competition?
Yes.
In the playoffs? Yeah?
Yeah. It's a pie and count 2 and 2. I think it's, it's still quite a ways off, but I think in 20, 30 years you'll see that.
I won't.
Let's put it this way. I'll rephrase the statement. In 20 or 30 years, it probably, in my opinion, will be there. Whether or not we're there.
That's right.
It's immaterial. Now, I think you're going to have divisional play. I think you're going to have 3 divisions. I think you're going to have an Eastern Division, a Central Division, and a Western Division. I think by that time you'll have about 30 teams. You'll have 10 teams in each division. As the payoff pitch jammed and popped him up, that wind will take it out of play. And I think that you'll have a more complicated playoff system with wild cards involved.
No such thing as an American and National League, then?
No, I don't think so. I think that because of the logistics, as you look at the on-deck hitter, Wade Boggs, and then the scheduling. If you're going to go expand to 30 teams and cover the whole United States with Major League teams, then they're going to have to revise some of the traditional formats, so to speak.
Oh.
That's ball 4. I know it would be great, the division. Let's just take the Central Division. If what I'm saying is in fact has an opportunity to come to fruition, you would play a lot of games inside your division. And wouldn't it be nice to have the Sox playing the Cubs maybe 15 times a year? Sox playing the St. Louis Cardinals.
Brewers, of course.
Exactly, and then the same thing holds true for the Cardinals and Brewers and Cardinals and the Royals. So there's a lot of exciting, I think, attributes that lend itself to that thinking, and I think it will 20, 30 years come into play. Right now they don't need it because baseball just keeps breaking their own attendance records. That's into left field. Pasco now starting to fight that win a little bit, but he wins the battle. And there's 2 gone.
Boy, Wade Boggs gave that ball a ride to the opposite field. Like looking at those flags in left field, they seem to be blowing in stiff. He hit it under the wind maybe there because that was a shot to left field. Certainly big trouble in Fenway Park.
Well, Wade was 2 for 4 yesterday with 4 line shots. So this is 5 consecutive at-bats that he has hit the ball right on the money.
Right against the wall. Good play by Danny, fighting the wind and the sun.
Ellis Burks. Strike. But you can just, I like to think about that too. Let you imagine, as I mentioned, the Cubs and the Sox playing each other a lot in the year. And all of a sudden you go to the East, you got the Yankees and the Mets playing each other, and the Red Sox and the Phillies and all that. Very exciting.
Attendance records.
Yeah. Ventura over to second base. What a nice play by Robin Ventura. Mercy. That'll do it. Nothing across. There were no hits, nor is a man left after a half inning of play. It's the Red Sox nothing, and the White Sox coming to bat.
Real stories from a real year-end clearance.
We saved $2,800 on our new Camry.
Save on Camry, the most trouble-free compact in America.
I saved $2,000 on my Corolla.
Save on Corolla, the most trouble-free subcompact in America. Save also on Cressida, the most trouble-free car in America. Save on every Toyota now during Toyota's year-end clearance.
I saved $1,300 on my Toyota.
It's what you waited for, Toyota's year-end clearance. Don't miss it.
For most of us, the only thing that's more fun than staying home to watch the game is going out to watch the game.
Get with it. Come on down. Get with it. Come on.
So come on down, catch the game with Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry. And enjoy all the action on and off the field.
Have mercy. You got it now.
Go to Sears and drive 40,000 miles in any weather. The all-season speed-rated Y382 from the technology experts at Yokohama.
Come back to Comiskey for the Sox and Mariners Friday, September 28th at 7. And get a White Sox script logo pin courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 559-1212. The last season in historic Comiskey Park. Years from now, you'll say you were there. Bottom of the first inning here in Chicago, and let's take a look at our between the lines for this afternoon ball game. Sox stay with the program. Aggressiveness has paid off for this team all year long. No need to change right there. Boston, they really need to regroup, and Dana Kicker is a big key to their success this afternoon. He's got to hold that Sox offense down, keep them from getting good jumps on the bases, and give that offense a chance to win. Eric King has got to have good command of his breaking ball, and he's got to pitch inside of these big, strong right-handed hitters that Boston has. Dana Kicker, right-hander for Boston, is 6-8 with a 4.32 earned run average in 21 starts so far this season. Dana has pitched 127 innings, no complete games, 128 hits, 43 walks, and 85 strikeouts. Not overpowering stuff, but he's a good pitcher. He lost his last start at Milwaukee, 8 innings pitched. He gave up only 6 hits, but 4 big runs. Home run to Dave Parker. The time before that, he just got scalded by the Oakland A's in 2/3 of an inning. So he's on the rebound track right now.
Here's Calderon, the leadoff hitter. Fastball to Hopper, Jody Reed. Over the top, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Defensively, the Red Sox line up this way. Greenwell, Burks, and Brunansky straight away in the outfield. Around the horn, it's Boggs, Reed, Kutcher, and Marshall. And the battery this afternoon of Tony Pena and Dana Kicker. There's Lance. He's hot.
Lance got that average back up to 270. 11 for 29 against Boston. Look what he's done in this series. 8 for 13.
That's good. That's real good.
1 strike pitch. 1-1 to count.
He's been even better than that. 11 for his last 17. Pencils out at 647.
Outfield straight away. They don't move a whole bunch, these outfielders in Boston.
It's amazing.
2-1 delivery. Sox took the opener on Thursday 9-6. And Friday night, Jack McDowell, 2-run homer by Sammy Sosa, 2-run double by Scotty Fletcher. They shut him out 4-0. Then yesterday it was a 7-4 victory after the Sox trailed at 3-0 at one point. 2-2. A shot. Kutcher with a nice play, and he'll throw him out. The outfielder Randy Kutcher playing second base.
Well, he made a good play right there. Remember yesterday he fell on the seat of his pants on a routine grounder, so Lance got a hit on it. Here's a tough short hop right there. He makes the play in the outfield. Good angle. Throws him out. So there's 2 out for Big Frank. That's a nice play.
Big Frank hitting at .318, 3 homers, 19 ribbies. Frank 3 for 7 in this series. Knocked in a couple. Outfield straight away. Fastball up high. Sox will Finish this game this afternoon, board their charter, and going out to Oakland. 3-game series. That ball hit hard in the right field. Brunansky fighting that wind and finally makes a nice recovery and the catch. Nothing across. A 1-2-3 inning for Kicker. After 1, no score.
There are over $375,000 in cash prizes waiting for you in the Sun-Times Social Security Sweepstakes. Look for your winning number every day in Chicago's #1 selling newspaper, the Chicago Sun-Times.
Look, there's Robin Ventura and Barry Jones for the Chicago White Sox.
Over the past 80 years, a lot of quality teams have played in this old park.
There's another quality team that's been playing almost that long.
The team of tailors and salesmen at Manny's Men's Clothing of Elmhurst. For over 50 years, Manny has given his fans the highest quality service, lowest prices, and widest selections in Chicagoland.
That's why they say.
And Manny's are always a winner at Routing 3 and St. Charles Road in Elmhurst.
Got a second? Play Illinois baseball. The lottery's new instant game. You could walk off with up to $250 in cash. So, if you got a second, play this instant.
There are over $375,000 in cash prizes waiting for you in the Sun-Times Social Security Sweepstakes. Look for your winning number every day in Chicago's #1 selling newspaper, the Chicago Sun-Times.
No score, top of the 2nd inning. Right now, let's check out our Major League slate of games for you. There you see the Yankees at Detroit, Cleveland at Kansas City, Milwaukee at Texas. Seattle takes on the Halos at the Big A in Anaheim. Twins take on the A's. Tapani against Young out at the Coliseum, and Baltimore at Toronto. And a big one for the Red Sox there. Over to the National League, Pittsburgh at Montreal. The Phillies take on the Metropolitans at Shea. San Diego at Atlanta. Cubs at St. Louis. Dodgers at Cincinnati. Morgan against Charlton. And San Francisco against the Astros at Houston. Robinson against the Shays. For Boston, it'll be Greenwell, Brunansky, and Marshall. They face the right-hander Eric King. 27-year-old outfielder hitting at .290, 11 homers. He's knocked in 66. He's hitting .333 this year against Sox pitching, 10 for 30. The count to Greenwell. Got off to a very, very slow start. Now starting to put some numbers on the board with the 66 ribbies. That shot going foul in the first row. Red Sox leading the American League in hitting with a team batting average of .274. 4 points over the Minnesota Twins. Sox a team batting average of .257. Outfield shading a little bit to the left for Greenwell. 1-2 delivery. Knuckle curveball low. Kind of evens at 2.
Eric working very quickly this afternoon. That's a good sign for him.
Got a piece of carcass ice.
There's the pitching matchups for this afternoon's ball game. Eric about a point better in earned run average. Innings pretty much the same. Hits right around the same thing. Eric King with better control than Dana Kicker. Kicker can strike you out with a little bit more frequency. Home runs allowed about the same. The opponents are hitting 20 points higher against Dana Kicker than they are against Eric King.
Eric, 26 years old, 6'2", 220 pounds, as we'll take another look at. There you see right off the forearm. The left forearm of Karkovice. Once again, the 2-2 delivery. Hit into center field. Lance.
Tell you what, there's been some balls hit hard in the first inning and a half here, Hawk, on both teams.
1, 2, 3. Comiskey takes a strike. 4, 5. Out of the first 8.
Yeah.
Comiskey 264, 10 homers, 59 ribbies, and he's down in the count. 0-2. Bruno 8 for 22 this year against Sox pitching. That's off the end of the bat in center field. Lance broke back slip, now tries to recover. He will get there to make a nice recovery. Yes.
He did all of the above. Started back, slipped, and got his momentum. Look at that. He's going backwards on this. He sees the big swing of Brunansky. I think it's a little wet out there. But he comes back strong and makes the shoestring catch. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Boy, speed's a great thing, isn't it? You and I fall down, and we're on the seat of our pants. We're like a turtle on his back. I don't...
Just lay there. Here's Mike Marshall. Hitting at 280. 4 homers, 12 ribbies. Marshall 1 for 12 against the Sox this year. And that was a very, very weak duck snort. The ball hit deep into center field. Lance back at the track at the fence. He brings it back into the ballpark as Marshall. Now rounding second, he'll move into third base. But, oh, what a good effort by Lance Johnson. Mercy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike Marshall crushes this ball. There you see a slider, kind of hung it a little bit out over the plate. Marshall got those big arms extended. Lance to the wall. Finds, look at his leap. He keeps it in play, just bats it back in, almost on the heel of his glove. He got up there too high.
He brought it back in. Boy, I'll tell you, there's just an outstanding effort.
Oh, yeah.
By Lance. Look at the timing. That was the key to the whole thing. Then he planted that left foot into the padding to give him a little foundation there and stayed right with it. Excellent play by Lance Johnson. So Michael's first triple. And that'll bring up the catcher, Tony Pena. Oh, we've mentioned it many, many times in the past couple of months, just what a dramatic improvement Johnson has made defensively in the outfield.
Jeff Torborg was just reiterating that this morning with Jim Angio and I. We talked about Lance at great length.
Well, it's going to save a run right here. The job by Johnson as Ozzie throws Pena out. Nothing across. It was a great play by Lance Johnson. After an inning and a half, no score.
This weekend and this weekend only, it's Aaronson's No Profit Holiday. A sale to dispose of all excess inventory. Plus, there's no money down and no interest payments for 6 months. Aronson Furniture and Appliances must sell off all excess inventory below market value. Our operating cost is your cost, not 1 penny more. We need the room more than we need the profits. Plus, there's no money down, no interest for 6 months. Aaronson's No Profit Holiday. Our operating cost is your cost and not 1 penny more.
Aronson Furniture, home of the great connection. Aronson.
Because Schaumburg Toyota is among the nation's largest retail Toyota dealers and has exceeded every Toyota quota with 3 times the volume and 3 times the inventory, Schaumburg Toyota can now offer you maximum incentives on Toyota's 3 best sellers, with up to $1,400 in factory incentives on new Toyota Camrys, factory incentives of up to $1,400 on Toyota Tercels, and up to $1,400 in factory incentives on Toyota Corollas. At Schaumburg Toyota, Toyota's factory incentive headquarters, 875 West Gulf Road. Hurry! Sale ends October 2nd.
Coming this fall on Sports Channel, get exclusive insight into Fighting Irish football as the Lou Holtz Show returns to Sports Channel. Follow one of the nation's top football programs each week with highlights and features on Irish players and coaches, plus exclusive live coverage of Notre Dame football, starting with the September 29th battle with Purdue, the October 6th contest with Stanford, and the Air Force game October 13th. The Lou Holtz Show and Notre Dame football are back this fall on Sports Channel.
No score. Bottom of the second inning thanks to an outstanding play by Lance Johnson. Once again, here it is. Watch him plant that left foot right there. Gets a good grip with those spikes. Goes up. Keeps the ball in the yard. Robbing Mike Marshall of a home run. And here he is when he went back to the dugout. Well, you see it stages he's talking about.
Up and away. Well, that saved a run right there. Boy, especially with 2 outs making a play like that. So Marshall couldn't score by anything other than a base hit.
For the Sox here in the second, it'll be Pasqua, Ventura, and Karkovice. Danny hitting at .281, 13 homers. He's knocked in 54. 3 for 16 against Boston this year. Outfield straight away. Good fastball on the outside corner from Dana Kicker, 29-year-old right-hander out of Fairfax, Minnesota. That going up. Manny underneath it, and the count 0-2. See Kicker in his last 7 road starts. Very effective. Evidently, he's a little tentative of the Green Monster there at Fenway. Boy, which happens with frequency.
Yeah. Well, that place is something. You jam somebody, hit it off the wall for a double.
That's a little loop around the left field. Greenwell's not going to be able to get there.
Yes.
It's a fair ball. As Pasqua, a little duck snort double right down the line. Leadoff two-bagger, number 26 of the year for Danny.
You couldn't throw the ball out there any better than that. Here's Love 40 right here. Look at it. Makes contact behind them. It was not a good swing by Danny. But the wind really was to his aid right there as the ball just hits inside the line. Rich Garcia right there to make the call. Let's see where it falls. Boink. Just inside the line. So, runner at second. Let's see if Robin can't get him over to third with less than 2 out.
Robin 9 for 30 this year against Boston with a homer, 2 ribbies. Hitting .239 on the season. And he gets the job done. Nice job by Ventura. 1 out, Pasqua in the third.
Very nicely done by Robin. Textbook. Now, if Carco can hit a fly ball, it will be perfecto. Let's see where they're going to play in the infield. Tell you, this is a pitcher's afternoon, no question, Hawk, and it looks like they're going to play to try and cut this run off at home. Yep.
I don't blame him.
I'd have to do it too, yeah.
Yes. Breaking ball outside. This guy's trying to get on board against the Sox here in this series. Cannot be affording to give up runs casually. It's tough to give up a run with just a routine ground ball. You got to play it in.
Yeah. Toronto will be playing tonight at Skydome against Baltimore. They'll probably get 49,893.
Right in that area.
Yeah.
Right in that area. 1-1 to count with 1 out here in the second. Nice play by Tony Pena.
Trying to get Carco to go fishing off some of those breaking stuff. Does not want to throw Karkovice a fastball in this situation.
There's a duck snort base hit. Haskell scores, and the Sox lead it 1-0. Yes!
Attaboy, Kark. Battle them. That's what you got to do in that situation. Put the ball in play. Well, just hit it, and you got a great chance with that drawn-in infield. Take a look at it. It's a breaking ball. Pretty good pitch right there. Just out of the strike zone, but Kark fights it off nicely. Off the end of the bat. That's good for RBI number 19 for Ron Karkovice. And the Sox on the board first.
So the good job by Ventura moving Pasqua over. That ball had a chance to be caught by Randy Kutcher if he was back in his normal position with Pasqua at second. Here's Sammy. Breaking ball strike.
Manufacturing runs. Oh, and the Sox were going through that real good hot streak. That's all they were doing. Guy get it on, they'd move him in position, and score. It was beautiful.
Another nice play by Pena. And a count 1-1 to Sammy. Sammy 3 for 23 this year against Boston with a homer and 2 ribbies. We mentioned those coming on Friday. It was off southpaw Joe Hesketh. Watch out. There's Scooter on deck.
The Sox from their catching core this year have gotten 77 RBIs between Pudge and Karkovice. Not too shabby.
Look at this. Look at this. Shades of 4th inning yesterday. Sammy on his way to second base as Brunansky gets there, and now they're going to wave him around. Here's the throw, not in time. 2-0 Sox, yes. Good job by Terry Bevington.
And a great job by Ron Karkovice. As soon as that ball was hit, he was off to the races because he knew the positioning of the outfielders, where the infielders were. Nobody had a chance. Sammy nubs it off the end of the bat, as you can see, and Karko is off to the races. Now, as soon as Brunansky throws the ball to second base, he can't do that. Karko is gone. He never hesitates, and bang, he scores run number 2. Great hustle, great aggressive play.
And Terry Bevington, seeing it happen all the way to Phillip, never let him slow up. And there it is. 23rd double for Sammy, 60th ribby.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Boy, this is just like the 4th inning yesterday.
Lordy. Well, that's great play. I mean, that right fielder right there, he has got to hit the cutoff man in the middle of the infield, or somewhere around the first base cutoff man, because a smart third base coach, as you mentioned, Hawk, and a good base runner will take advantage of that situation and score. Because, boy, that's a long throw, and you got to throw all the way across the field to second base and then make the throw home. That's tough to throw anybody out.
Now, first of all, you're not going to throw Sammy out in that situation. Right. So there's no sense in throwing to second.
Oh, that's good, though.
Scooter 5 for 22 against Boston this year. Sammy looking to run. Sammy's always looking to run. Joe Morgan was talking about the 4th inning yesterday, said it was unbelievable. He was right. He was.
I think it was a little more than that.
It was unbelievable. In case you didn't see that game, Sox scored 4 runs on 5 hits in the 4th inning, and then a ball hit hard. Watch out, Sammy. I mean, the softest 4 runs you ever saw scored in 1 inning.
In your life?
Yeah, ever. That I can recall. In fact, when I went home last evening, I was trying to think. I could never recall that inning, kind of an inning like that before.
No. Greg Harris, well, he didn't pitch bad for Boston.
Well, Scotty just reaches out a little too quick on this one. Hammers it off the auxiliary scoreboard, and the count evens at 1.
The best one, though, was Calderon. Calderon hit that number off the plate that had that Willie Mosconi Massey, that when Tony Pena tried to pick it up, it just made a right turn on him. Base hit.
And the big play, too, was a bunt by Fletcher. And on 1st and 3rd, and Greg Harris not making a play of it. He had a vapor lock.
Yeah, that's so true, because if he picks the ball up, he's got Scotty number 1. Second of all, he's got to do is throw it and hit him in the back, because Scotty was about 3 feet inside the baseline, without a doubt. Big play in last night's ball game. Turned out to be a single and an RBI.
Ball and 2 strikes. Sosa at second. Outfield straight away. To Hopper, Jody Reed. 2 out, and here comes Ozzie. The Sox picked up 2 runs on 3 hits here. A little bloop double by Pasco, bloop single by Kirk, and bloop double by Sosa.
Yeah, there's plenty more where that came from, too. Well, these Red Sox pitchers have got to be going, what in the world is going on here?
There's a little bloop right in the left field. Greenwell coming on. He makes this catch, and that'll retire the side. But as we mentioned, the Sox, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, a man left. After 2, they lead it 2-0.
Chicago's original submarine, Mr. Submarine.
For me on the go or my family at home, I love Mr. Submarine.
Enjoy a king-size Mr. Submarine and a 32-ounce RC Cola for just $3.85 in a colorful mug that's yours to keep.
Satisfies my big appetite, and I can have a different sub every day.
Chicago's original submarine, Mr. Submarine.
The best is what we got. The best is what you want. The best is what you get.
The ultimate incentive, 0% financing or big cash back that can save you money. Standard driver's side airbags on hundreds of Chryslers and Plymouths that can save your life. There's no better time to buy, so act now.
The best is what you get.
Get the best of the 90s at Clifford Chrysler Plymouth in Buffalo Grove.
Come back to Comiskey for the Sox and Mariners Friday, September 28th at 7. And get a White Sox script logo pin courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 559-1212. The last season in historic Comiskey Park. Years from now, you'll say you were there.
That's the story. 2-0 Sox, top of the 3rd inning. And all of us here at Sports Channel would like to welcome our affiliate, Telecable, and their subscribers in Normal, Illinois. Normal, yes! Second baseman Randy Kutcher will lead it off, followed by top of the order, Jody Reed and Dwight Evans. Outfield swung around to the right. As a strike. And the count 0-1. I mentioned Kutcher, an outfielder. 30 years old, pops that one into right field for a leadoff single. So the Red Sox, with the absence of Roger Clemens. Luis Rivera, the shortstop, is banged up. Tony Pena, the catcher's banged up. Carlos Quintana, banged up. Dwight Evans, that bad back, banged up. Boy, they're all banged up.
Banged, yeah. Exactly.
Jody Reed, a little soft line drive right to Robin his first trip. Takes the bunt, takes the ball.
He can still run some pretty good horses at you, offensively, that is. We mentioned pitching staff, probably coming down to earth a little bit. Pitching probably about the way they should right now.
Well, we talked about it in Cleveland, even after the Sox lost 3 out of 4 there, that we really like the pitching matchups.
Yeah.
You know, in this series with Boston, there's a strike, and the count evens at 1.
That's right. You're not facing anybody overpowering.
And you don't have the psyche involved. There was a key to me. You know, when Clemens is in that rotation, that makes everybody else better. And you take him out, and the reverse happens. It makes everybody else a little worse. Puts a lot of heat on them. A lot of heat on those guys.
He takes all the pressure in the world off those guys.
That's out of play. The same thing for Dwight Evans. When Dwight Evans is healthy and he's in that lineup and he's swinging the bat, he takes a lot of heat off Burks and Greenwell. Of course, Boggs doesn't make too much difference. Boggs is going to hit anyway.
Yeah.
Certainly the key player on the club, Clemens, he's down.
Any new report on him when he might be able to make a start?
No, nothing I heard. It's just a day-to-day situation as far as, you know, he's going to have another checkup and another examination. That's foul. It was a good effort by Big Frank.
Well, that's a double play right there if he can catch that ball, because Kutcher was off to the races. We saw him yesterday get picked off on a line drive in the infield. Red Sox were down by about 3 runs and he got picked off. A big double play for the Good Sox.
Ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. 2-3-0 for the Sox, 0-2-0 for Boston. Very tough when he gets 2 strikes on him.
Really? How tough?
Oh, 134.
You're amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Just pick him out of the air. Nolan Ryan, you see, with 2 strikes, 101.
Interesting group right there. Randy Johnson, that big 6'10" left-hander from Seattle. Mike Jackson, the moonwalker from Seattle.
That's into center field, Lance.
Here's a reminder coming up right after the game. It's the Spirit of Champions. That'll be followed by Great American Outdoors, which will be followed by Midwest Outdoor Magazine. The Lou Holtz Show. Boy, you gotta like that one. I want to find out how he did it last night after falling down to Michigan like that. I can't believe those guys won that game.
You know, did you notice Lou on the sidelines as soon as Michigan scored the went ahead 17?
Yeah.
To 17 to
14.
14, and Lou says we're going to come back right away. As soon as they scored, he was walking up and down. We're going to come back. I'll tell you, that's the kind of guy he is. You know, he just immediately dismisses it and goes right to the positive rather than, than linger on the negative.
Right. So that's when Michigan immediately scored another touchdown.
There goes the runner. Kirk, look at this. Not in time. Catcher had a big jump.
Well, he did. He had to, because Karkovic threw a bullet down there. And watch it. Oh, he was off to the races. King paid no attention to him, swinging a miss on the fastball, and there you see it. Good throw, just not there in time. Mike Riley to make the call. Speedway Sunday will follow the new Lou Holtz shows, followed by Sports Nightly. Full afternoon of sports on Sports Channel.
That's trouble. Down the right field line. That's a
Oh, boy.
Boy, that wind just took it and pushed it 4 or 5 feet foul. Well, that was a great football game last night.
Yeah, it really was exciting. Well, how foul was it? Boing. Couple feet.
How did you view that game?
What's that?
How did you view the game last night?
Right here.
I thought
I thought Michigan had a better team.
I thought Michigan outplayed them. I thought Holtz outcoached them.
Yeah. That's pretty good analysis, yeah. Michigan has some studs on their team. Oh, boy. Tell you what, I don't think they'll lose another one.
Lou Holtz is tough to beat if you give him time to prepare, and he's had a long time to prepare for that game.
Yeah. I think that quarterback Michigan has, Elvis Grbac. Of course, Notre Dame's got a good young one.
Yes.
Meyer.
Where Goshen. There's a little duck snort. That's going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Kutcher. Haskell gets to it. Here's a throw. Not in time, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, what's fair for one is fair for the other, I guess. A little flare off the bat of Dwight Evans. Gets the first run of the game for the Bo Sox. There you see it, just kind of nubs it off the end of the bat. And this run was set up because Eric King really did not check out Randy Kutcher at first base. He would not have gone probably because you just don't run on Ron Karkovice. You just don't do it. And the Red Sox, certainly the least likely team to steal a base in the American League. They just don't steal bases. 45 now in the season.
Here's Boggs. He hit one hard into left field. Pascal made a nice play on. There's a shot base hit in the hole. Evans will stop at second. And with one out and a run in, Red Sox. Evans at second, Boggs at first, and here comes Ellis Burks.
Ellis 2 for 5 in that first ball game and has been held hitless for the last 2 games, including his first at bat.
Ellis has had some good pitches to hit in this series. He just hadn't hit it.
Yeah. Just fouled them back, popped a few of them up. Pitches a little bit out of the strike zone too, though.
Well, he missed a couple yesterday and the day before, but he could have done some damage on, as you mentioned. He popped those up that I'm thinking about. You see southpaw Wayne Edwards, agent for Jack McDowell. 1-1 to count.
I wonder if Jack is going to present any of his an album or so to Dave Stewart when we get to Oakland.
I wouldn't think so.
No?
No, I wouldn't think so. By the way, the pitching matchups for that Oakland series starting tomorrow night. Melito Perez against Scott Sanderson. On Tuesday, Alex Fernandez against UND. Undecided. And then Wednesday, in the finale of the 3-game set against the Athletics, it'll be McDowell against Dave Stewart.
Whoa.
That'll be interesting.
Sure will.
Burks, 4th in the league, total bases. That's just 26 years old. Ventura bobbles it now, tries to recover. Not in time. Be an error on Robin Ventura and load him up for Boston.
It took a little funny hop here. Good pitch by Eric. Look at the sinkage on that fastball. He got in his hands. And the ball just kind of in between hop right there. Robin kind of side saddled it. You can see off to his left. Didn't get his glove really down out in front of him. His glove was back a bit. And Burks, who runs well, beats it out. So the bases are loaded now for Mike Greenwell. 2 out. 1 out, excuse me.
Greenwell fly to center. Outfield swung around to the left.
Big Cecil did it again. It is a 2-run homer. There you see Mike Greenwell batting only 167, 3 for 18 with 10 RBIs with the bases loaded. So not too good. Cecil 2-run homer, number 47 on the season, and he's got 120 RBIs now.
Here's a good pitch by Mike. Completely tied Greenwell up in the count 0-2. Where would the Tiger Club be this year without Cecil Field?
They wouldn't be third. 10.5 games back. 70 and 77 coming into today's action.
The 0-2 delivery. Comiskey watching the proceedings. There's a 55-footer. Eric's been doing the same thing when he's taking his warm-up tosses with that curveball. That's really an easy play for Karkovice when he goes out there and hits that far out in front of him. Especially the overhand curveball like that, because the spin just takes it straight back and not off to the side. 2-2. Ozzie. Scotty. Rack him up. Double play, but the Red Sox get on the board with the run. After 2.5, Sox lead it 2-1.
For over 22 years, our goal has always been to sell a fine product at the very best price.
During the years, our business has grown, but our policies have not changed. Best price, best selection, and best service has made Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet the #1 dealer in Chicagoland.
And remember, we guarantee you can't beat our deal, or we'll give you back the difference in cash.
At Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet and Geo in Elmhurst at York and Roosevelt Roads, where you always save more money.
Sports Channel is the home of the 7-day sports weekend. We've got gridiron coverage of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the Canadian Football League. The Icemen reign supreme with our exclusive coverage of the National Hockey League, the U.S. Olympic Showcase, the High School Game of the Week, Speedway Sunday, the Pro Boxing Tour, and much more sizzling professional and amateur sports 365 days a year. The 7-day sports weekend is here, only on Sports Channel.
These guys are tough. They'll do anything. Dive, crash, slide, throw themselves into walls for 162 games. And where can you see them? The Pennant Chase. Follow baseball's hottest teams, the Super Sluggers, great gloves, and strange happenings each and every week. The Pennant Chase, exclusively on Sports Channel.
It's the bottom of the third inning, and let's take a look at our Long John Silver scoreboard. In the American League, Detroit 4-0 over New York. Big 2-run homer by Cecil Fielder. Kansas City, George Brett hit a homer there. 4-0 over Cleveland in the second. Milwaukee over Texas, 3-0 in the first. And we're back. We'll get to those scores in a second. Ivan Calderon fakes a bunt, takes it inside, ball one. Sox leading it 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Big double play turned by the Sox last inning. There's that little breaking ball. Big slurve by Dana Kicker. He's got a fastball that will sink into a right-handed hitter, sink inside, and that big sweeping breaking ball, basically a two-pitch pitcher. Line on the game, 2-3-1 for the Sox, 1-4-0 for the Bo Sox. Calderon taking it. Ivan grounded out to short on the first pitch in the first inning, leading off. Another big slurve, takes a 3-1. So it's hitting time for Ivan Calderon here in the third inning. Sit on that fastball and go to Hackett. Wants it away, got it over the middle and jams himself right in the middle of the infield. Wade Boggs calling, and he's got it. In the National League, Montreal over Pittsburgh. Wow, 2-1 in the seventh inning. Philadelphia beating the Mets 4-1 in the sixth. San Diego 9-1 and against Atlanta. Cubs leading St. Louis 5-0 in the third inning, and the Dodgers and Reds are tied at 2 in the third. San Francisco tied with Houston there in the second inning. So Pittsburgh and the Mets both getting beat this afternoon. Half a game separating. There's a bunt right back to Kicker. Easy play. 2 down. Lance just didn't get it by the pitcher. There was the key there. He's got himself a base hit if he does. Yep, Montreal's still in the race though. They're only 6.5 games back. Yeah, by the way, we got another cake. Something we need. Chocolate with chocolate on top of it. I'm going to put it right on my hips. Oh, a one pitch just a bit outside. 1-1, the Big Frank. He hammered one to right field his first time up, right at Tom Brunansky, who battled the sun and the wind to make the play. Slurve ball hit it off the end of the bat. Jody Reed's got a bead. He got him. 1-2-3 inning for Dana Kicker. We have completed 3 at Comiskey Park. It's the White Sox 2, the Red Sox 1.
How do you get real premium beer taste in a non-alcoholic brew? You start with a real premium beer. That's how Anheuser-Busch makes O'Doul's. O'Doul's is carefully brewed, fully fermented, and cold-aged. Then the alcohol is naturally removed, retaining all the great taste. So how do you get real premium beer taste in a non-alcoholic brew? Ask for an ice-cold O'Doul's. O'Doul's, the taste will win you over.
Real stories from a real year-end clearance.
I saved $1,300.
On my Camry.
Save on Camry, the most trouble-free compact in America.
I saved $1,300 on my Corolla.
Save on Corolla, the most trouble-free subcompact in America. Save on every reliable fuel-efficient Toyota, even Celica during this year-end clearance.
I saved $1,500 on my new Celica.
Your wait is over. Toyota's year-end clearance is here. Don't miss it.
As a Sox fan, you'd probably love to have a piece of old Comiskey Park to remember it by. But please, don't take items from the park. The White Sox are going to sell seats and other memorabilia to fans after the season. All proceeds will go to the Chicago White Sox charities to help seriously ill patients in their fight for health, and many other needy charities as well. Help us raise money for charity. Don't steal from the park. You'd not only be hurting a worthy cause, you'd be breaking the law.
And you wouldn't want to do that now, would you?
There you see it. The Hawk over Chicago. Hawk Harrelson, found in temperate northern hemisphere and the south side of Chicago.
Yes!
I love it. That is beautiful right there. Sports Channel. There's the Sox emblem up there on the top, the new one that'll be on the uniforms and the hats, which will be unveiled at the next homestand.
Boy, they did a lot of work on that sign up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
In the good old US of A.
That's what makes it look so pretty.
With the Hawkster. There's Tom Brunansky to lead things off for Boston in the top of the 5th inning. Bruno flied to center field. We're in the 4th inning. Boy, am I in a hurry or what? First pitch, sinking fastball, misses inside. Erica's got to get that fastball in on these right-handed hitters. Can't let them get those arms extended because they can put some hurt to you. Breaking ball misses, down the count 2-0. Got a big play last inning to get out of a jam. Bases loaded, 1 out. Mike Greenwell hit a shot right at Ozzie. He turned it 6-4-3, as we have seen so many times this year. 2-0 pitch hit into the Sox dugout.
And a reminder, on Tuesday, September 25th, the Sox will hold a Chicago Cardinals reunion. Festivities include a luncheon at Ditka's City Lights at 2:30 p.m. and pregame introductions before the Sox meet the Twins at 7:05. Players scheduled to attend include 1947 NFL champion Dream backfield members Charlie Trippey, Elmer Angsman, and Pat Harder. Wow. So for more information, just call Ticketmaster at 312-559-1212.
Elmer Angston? Angsman. A great name, isn't it?
Yeah. Good guy.
Notre Dame?
Good guy. Bobolink.
Oh, 3-1 cripple coming up here for Brunansky. Fastball hit in the air. Ozzie going back. Pasqua coming in. It's coming back. The wind brings it right to the line, and there's the Ozzie making the catch. 1 out. Ozzie's good as there is on pop-ups. And Bruno, he might go back there and break something. 3-1 fastball. Here's Big Mike Marshall. He tripled in the second inning, and the difference in this ball game right now is the great play Lance Johnson made keeping that ball in play and not allowing it to be a home run. Fouled straight back. Marshall acquired from the New York Mets. But spent almost just about a half a season with the Mets. Spent his entire career with the Los Angeles Dodgers, where he had a career .270 batting average, certainly a power factor. And he hammers this one to center field, but right at Lance Johnson. 2 down.
Looks like he tries to implement some of his former teammate Steve Garvey's actions at the plate, which is not unusual. A lot of guys who play on clubs with guys who are good hitters, they'll try to pick a few things out of that either procedure or the routine or the stance of a guy like that. Most common, of course, is the bat.
Yeah. All right. Here's Tony Pena. Takes fastball, strike one. Eric King going for his first 1-2-3 inning. One and one. Tony grounded out to end the second inning. That was to Ozzie Guillen. Hanger misses.
Right now, Eric basically is a one-pitch pitcher. He's having a lot of trouble getting anything off speed over the plate. Did throw a hard slider over earlier. The curveball has been almost non-existent as far as strikes go.
Yeah, he's been bouncing that. Nobody's going to swing at the 55-footer that he's been featuring this afternoon. 2-1 pitch coming up. Fastball misses up. I mean, really not that good a command of his fastball either. Really getting down to it. Been up a lot. He's got a great moving fastball, sinking fastball in on the right-handers when the pitch is down. When it's upstairs, it really doesn't give it a chance to move. 3-1 pitch. And this is way away. Second walk given up by Eric King this afternoon. Good time to do it if you're going to walk anybody. That's with 2 out. That'll bring up Randy Kutcher. Kutcher in the third inning singled to right field. He stole second base and came home on Dwight Evans' single. So he's 1 for 1. Made a good play defensively at second base also. Swings first pitch fastball and fouls it straight back. Kutcher hitting .262 as he stands in the box. Was with the Red Sox at the start of the season. The 27-player limit lasted beyond that, and in the middle of the year they made some moves and he went back to the minor leagues. Has been recalled as of September. Pitch a little late on the fastball, fouled it off right side. Having a good series offensively, though. He pinch hit in the first ball game and got a single. 3 for 7. He scored a couple runs and, of course, does have a stolen base. There's Tony. 4 for 10 stealing bases this year. I think he wants to challenge Carco just yet. Pitch in on the hands, bloop to right field. Sammy Sosa's there.
Look at Tony.
He's got it.
Tony going back to the base with 2 outs.
That'll do it. We've played 3.5 at Comiskey. The Sox still leading 2-1.
What about the best hitter you've ever seen? Who's the best hitter you ever saw?
Got to be the Hammer. You know, I saw Henry Aaron at the latter part of his career, and I was just starting with the Dodgers coming up. And this guy was just unbelievable. We had some of the greatest starting pitchers in the world. We had Messersmith, Sutton, Osting, Downing, and he had 4 line drives every game. And he was in his late 30s at the time. And you know, there's just no way you could throw a fastball by that guy. To me, he was the best. And you?
Best I ever saw, for my money, for getting a base hit at the right time, was Carl Yastrzemski. Best clutch hitter I've ever seen. Carl, you know, it's that old saying that we talk about so many times on the telecast, don't tell me what you hit, tell me when you hit it. He's the only guy I've ever seen could hit a 5-run home run, you know, when you needed it. I think the best White Sox hitter I ever saw over the years was Harold Baines. Harold, to me, got more big hits. I remember so many times hitting a rope down the left field line off a tough left-hander, you know, in a big spot in the ball game when they brought in a left-hander to pitch to him. But I'll tell you, Harold Baines to me was the best. How about you?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think from the time that I was associated with the White Sox as a player, I loved Harold Baines. He could do everything so well. But when I was a kid growing up, I hated the White Sox, and I particularly hated Nellie Fox because he got a hit every time he walked up to the plate against the Tigers. They were my team, K-Line and the guys, and he killed them. He absolutely destroyed them. So Nellie Fox will be remembered from you know, the 50s as my White Sox hitter, as the guy that I couldn't stand him, but I really appreciated what he did.
And we are back. There's some servicemen enjoying the game here at Comiskey. Not the guys we signed up about a month ago, are they, Hawk? No, those guys are probably still in boot camp. There you see it, bottom of the 4th inning. The Sox clinging to that 2-1 lead here at Comiskey. And a reminder that on Saturday, September 22nd, a Comiskey Park garage sale will take place between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. at Gate 5 on the 35th Street side of the ballpark. Select souvenir items will be 50 to 80% off, including pennants, T-shirts, mesh hats, Hawk Harrelson suits, jerseys, sweatshirts, and jackets.
Okay, here we go. Bottom of the 4th inning. Sox lead at 2-1. Dan Pasco will lead it off. It'll be Pasco, Ventura, and Karkovice. He started off the 2-run second with a little duck snort double right down the left field line. 2-3-1 for the Sox, 1-4-0 for Boston. Checks it up, takes the ball on the count, 2-0.
Outfield straight away for Pasqua.
Outfield straight away. Shot.
Oh, my.
For the most part, when you play defensive positioning like that, you're just looking to get beat. That's a shot. That's a base hit right back through the middle. So Downey 2 for 2.
All right. Have an afternoon for yourself, Daniel.
And that'll bring up Robin. Robin had a very good at bat last time, as we mentioned. Downey led off the second with a double. And Ventura got him over to third by hitting a ground ball to Kutcher at second. Karkovice with the infield in hit a little nubber right off into the bat that possibly, if Robin hadn't got the job done, Kutcher at second base would have been able to make the play. Meanwhile, he didn't, and Kark got an RBI single. It's on the inside corner. Robin out in front on the off-speed pitch. Count 0-2. Robin in this series, a double, 3 singles, couple runs scored, and some very nice plays defensively. Outfield straight away. Ventura, the same spot they played Pascal. Ball and 2 strikes.
And the same way they play Fisk and Fletcher
and Ozzie.
and Herm Schneider.
Chopper. Oh, Danny let him tag him. Now they're going to make a double play. That's a boo-boo. So one thing you cannot do as a base runner at first, let the second baseman tag you.
It's exactly what happened here. Ball hit very slowly. Kutcher comes in and charges. Good play by Kutcher. Danny got caught in no man's land right there. One thing, what do you do there? You either try and knock this guy down or head back to first base. Easy too.
Well, really, it's a pretty easy play for the second baseman right there anyway, because if you stop and go back to first base, all he does is go over there and
That's right.
pick it.
Yeah.
So here's Kark when the breaking ball takes a strike. Kark with that single and a run scored in the second inning. So drove in Pascal. Oops. 0-2 the count.
Keeper's got a good breaking ball. Should be tough on right-handed hitters. That should have been a hit.
Milwaukee leading Texas 3-0. It's in the top of the second inning. Boy, those guys have been getting on the board in a hurry.
Yeah, they really have.
That's inside. Ball and 2 strikes.
The Rangers won that ball game last night, so they're now 9 games over 500. So they're turning their season around pretty good.
Ow. Yes, he did. Fastball, and that'll do it. Nothing across. There was a hit. No errors. Nobody left after 4. 2-1 White Sox.
Recently, Four Wheel and Off-Road magazine tested the latest imports and domestics to determine this year's 4x4 of the year. The winner was then tested against past 4x4 of the year winners to determine the best of the best. They compared power, performance, and handling. And when it was over, Jeep Cherokee stood on familiar ground.
Get 0% financing or 1,000 cash back on new Jeep Cherokees.
Tuesday, September 18th on American Movie Classics.
Touch nothing.
A famed detective faces a baffling case.
Self-memorize, you are my only witnesses.
Join Albert Finney, Ingrid Bergman, Lauren Bacall, Sean Connery, and an all-star cast for the transcontinental classic thriller Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Tuesday, September 18th, 3:30 Central on AMC.
It's not the flying that bothers me. It's that business of getting to the planes.
You may be heading for the wrong planes.
You tell me how to get in and out of Chicago without dealing with that airport chaos, and I'll do your expense reports for the last month. Midway Airlines.
At Midway Airport. It's close to downtown, and it's a 3-minute walk from the ticket counter to the farthest gate.
I'll give Midway a try.
Oh, John, you'll need these then.
Yeah.
Midway Airlines. What flying should be.
Come back to Comiskey for the Sox and Mariners Friday, September 28th at 7. And get a White Sox script logo pin, courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 559-1212. The last season in historic Comiskey Park. Years from now, you'll say you were there.
Top of the 5th inning, Sox lead it 2-1. And a reminder, the Chicago Sun-Times is offering White Sox fans a chance to win tickets to the last game at Comiskey Park and an actual wooden grandstand seat. So for more information, just look for our Sox players of the day in the Chicago Sun-Times sports pages. This will be the top of the order. Go ahead, Wimpy.
There's only one thing wrong with that last picture. She didn't have a White Sox jacket on.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank you. Jody Reed, Dwight Evans, and Wade Boggs. Jody 0 for 2, as you see, he's a soft line drive to Robin, and he flies to center. Nice crowd on hand on a chilly, windy day here in Chicago. Sox trying to sweep Boston in this 4-game series, and that obviously would be not devastating, but it put a crimp in the plans of Joe Morgan. As you see the little high neck inner here.
Wow, look at this one. It's in the zone.
I got a play, and the count evens at 1. Jody, 28 years old. A real fine job for the Red Sox at second base. Luis Rivera playing shortstop. And of course, Marty Barrett, for the most part, been relegated to the Pines. That's into left field. Pasqua. So here comes Dwight. Dewey has walked, and he's knocked in a run with a single. .379 career home runs Evans has. That's the first pitch, 2 gone. So 2 quick outs. And here's Boggs. The last 6 times he's been to the plate, he's hit 6 ropes. Pascal made a nice play in the first inning. A shot out to left field. He singled hard in the hole in the third. Takes a good fastball strike. Blown away in the count, 1-1. Pascal over towards the line and left. Lance well over into left center. And Sammy just about as far over in the right center as you want to see a right fielder play. Out of play in the count, 1-2. So as the Red Sox outfield plays for the most part everybody straight away, the White Sox outfield the antithesis of that.
Yeah, they move around more than any team, certainly in the American League that we've seen.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the National League, but certainly no one in the American League moves as much as the White Sox outfielders. We've seen them burned a few times this year, but for the most part, the vast majority of the time, been no contest as they have had outstanding defensive positioning. King wanted that one, didn't get it from Ted Hendry. And in the count, 2-2. Umpires just don't like the ring Boggs up. Wade, of course, with that little bitty short stroke, in essence, all he does is just turn his hands over, especially when he's down in the count. And there's an art to that. As Joe Morgan looks on at the .352 lifetime hitter at the plate. That's out of play. Another souvenir. Rod Carew was outstanding at that as well. All Rod did, especially with 2 strikes, is just turn the hands over. Never went forward with them. Just turned them over, got the head of the bat out there, made contact, and kept the ball in play. That's in the left field. Danny's got to give a little ground. He's there. And that'll do it. Eric King has his first 1-2-3 inning, and after 4.5, Sox lead it 2-1.
The Blackhawks return to Sports Channel in October. It's Chet Kopic.
It is a sport that frequently begs for criticism, a sport that all too often is self-destructive. But when it is right, it is poetry in motion.
It's Chicago Sports.
And in this game, the minute you think you've got it all figured out is when you're going to be the most embarrassed, because it's going to dump right on you.
It's Tough Issues.
But if someone mocks your homosexuality, how do you react?
It's Chevrolet Sports Fire every week right here on Sports Channel.
Feel the heat of the 1990 Domino's Pizza Outboard Performance Class Sprint National Championships on the Kankakee River from Kankakee, Illinois. The Kankakee River has been the site of some of the most exciting and competitive races on the circuit. This long, narrow course will see speeds of up to 160 miles per hour in the Champ Boat and Mod U classes. An international field of over 200 drivers will compete for prize money and a shot at the national title.
This copyright program is presented by the authority of Major League Baseball and the Chicago White Sox. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of Major League Baseball, the Chicago White Sox, and Sports Channel Chicago is strictly prohibited. Don't try it.
That's the story here in the bottom of the fifth inning with a beautiful crowd on hand as Sammy Sosa will lead it off. It'll be Sosa, Fletcher, and Ozzie, the lower third of the Sox order. And the kicker. That's the first pitch over, and the count 0-1. Sammy had a little bloop double in the right field in the second inning to knock in Karkovice, who was on first base running all the way, and a good job by Terry Bevington, the third base coach, as Bunansky threw it into second base. Had no chance to get Sosa. And Kark scored. Times between the lines prior to the game, you saw don't change, just keep that same aggressive style. And even yesterday, as we talked about, when we started to get thrown out at second base every time somebody was trying to steal a base, every time they do that, they win. Even though it looks funny and bad sometimes, every time they still win. It's amazing. That's the second strikeout for kicker. And our congratulations to Michael and his Chargers as the Bears 31, Packers 13. Yes! Beat Seattle 17-0. Shut down the Packers who beat the Rams last week.
Yeah, Packers, good team.
Scotty takes the ball. To another count. Mike and I were playing golf this spring when we were talking about the secondary, you know, and of course you were honorable mention All-American in the secondary, University of Houston, so you know how difficult it is, especially when you're playing man-to-man.
Oh boy.
And Mike said that last year a lot of the kids just weren't, you know, didn't feel comfortable with it. As the count goes to 3-0 on Scotty, he said he really felt bad for him because that's the way they had to go. He said this year he thought it'd be an entirely different story. But when you got some receivers and some guys who can get out there and go those 4.3 40s, and you got man-on-man coverage, you got a whole bunch of problems.
You got a lot of problems if you don't get any pass rush. That's why they're in man-to-man, because they're blitzing with their linebackers.
That's right. But he said this spring, he said when he was down at Bay Hill and we were playing, he said he thought it was going to be entirely different this year. Scotty rips that one foul.
Oh, he was right. So far. Their first-round draft pick was Mark Carrier, defensive back out of USC, who's playing.
Full count to Scooter. Little number. Brunansky as the wind's got it. It's going to be foul.
Oh, just missed.
Just about a foot and a half.
Slow down, Bruno. He gonna bulldog that fan out of the stands.
Bruno, nice guy.
And he gets back to his straightaway position there in the outfield.
Straightaway again. On the first pitch or 0-2 or 2-0, they're straight away.
That's right.
They're consistent. That's hit right at him.
Straight away.
Here comes Ozzie with 2 out.
Scotty hammered that one. He got the head of the bat out that time. Drove it hard, but there was Bruno.
Ozzie hit a little semi-line drive out there, too. Greenwell his first trip. Fastball. Misses and the count 1-0. Outfield straight away. There's a shot base hit by Ozaru. As Burks get to it, Ozzie now with a big turn. He'll stop and hold with a single. It's all over that fastball.
Yes, he did. See Ozzie finish up strong. He's got that batting average down at 280 right now. There you see the swing. That's a good piece of hitting right there. Head of the bat out in front of the plate. That was the key to Ozzie's hitting in the first half. He was making contact out in front of the plate, and that's why he was hitting line drive after line drive. Got a little tired, and head of the bat wasn't getting through to the zone.
Here's Ivan. He's 0 for 2. Ozzie takes off. There's a throw high by Pena, but they still get it. Nothing across. It was a 2-out single by Ozzie. Nobody left after 5. 2-1 Sox.
Sports Channel's coverage of White Sox baseball is being brought to you in part by Yokohama Tire Corporation, one of the fastest growing tire companies in the United States, and by RCA Color Track 2000 Home Theater TV. RCA, changing entertainment again.
The new RCA 8mm camcorder weighs less than 2 pounds. It's so small and light, you'll take it everywhere. That way, you won't miss a thing. It also has a super fast lens for great color and clarity in almost any light.
Come on, give me the slippers.
Like we say, you won't miss a darn thing. And when you go from one subject to the next, the infrared focusing system focuses instantly. The new RCA 8mm camcorder. Another way we're changing entertainment again.
Truck and van buyers, visit Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet and Geo in Elmhurst for a deal we guarantee you can't beat. For an example, you can't beat our price on this S10 pickup.
Or this 4-door S10 Blazer.
And this 7-passenger Lumina van.
Or this roomy Astro van.
Remember, we guarantee you can't beat our deal or we give you back the difference in cash.
At Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet and Geo in Elmhurst at York and Roosevelt Roads, where you always save more money.
Sports Channel and the White Sox salute Carlton Fisk, baseball's all-time home run hitting catcher.
It's the top of the 6th inning here at Comiskey Park. Sox leading it 2-1. 2-5-1 for the White Sox, 1-4-0 for the Bo Sox. And here's a reminder that Fan Appreciation Night will take place when the Sox meet the Brewers on Thursday, September 27th at 7:05. Fans will have an opportunity to win 25 great prizes. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 312-559-1212. And there you see some of our fans on hand right now. Big crowd here at Comiskey for a Sunday afternoon, rather chilly. They are enjoying what hopefully will be a 4-game sweep of these Boston Red Sox.
Eric King trying to pick up his 10th victory of the season, his first this year against Boston and his 4th career-wise. It'll be Burks, Greenwell, and Brunansky. Montreal still hammering Pittsburgh 4-1, 8th inning. Up in Canada, Phillies just hurting the Mets 8-1 in the bottom of the 8th at Shea.
You know, Montreal wins that game, and they're 5.5 back out.
And that'll make them 13-5 this year against the Pirates.
Yeah.
Burks takes a good fastball over the outside corner. Ellis is 0 for 2. Texas come back to tie Milwaukee 3-3 in the 3rd.
Boy, Milwaukee, they have had some kind of problems this year. Jump out in front. Stay fair.
There's a bunt. They're going to put it on him. He's out of there.
Thank you. Ellis, you're not going to win this one. Steve Palermo shaking his head, yes, yes, you did. The ball was fair. Let's take a look at it. Ellis Burke scuffling this series. That's a bunt. That didn't hit foul, didn't do anything. Carco gets out there, tags him, and you're out. Boy, he didn't get the head of the bat out at all for that bunt.
Here's Greenwell cutting and slashing. Now you see Ellis. I think that's one of the things that, one of the intangibles that Ellis carries with him. You know, you very seldom see him get upset on the field, even right there. You know, he didn't argue with the umpire or anything, and he carries a lot of respect from his teammates.
I'm glad to see him bunt.
Oh, I am too. In a one-run ball game? Oh, man. Double-barreled activity, Don Paul. On the left and southpaw Wayne Edwards. That pitch is popped up into short left center field. Pasqua coming on. Danny, get out of the way, Ozzie. Didn't want to get hit by Pasqua.
That's a freight train.
And some of Eric's fans. So with 2 quick out, here's Brunanski's fly to center, and he's popped to Ozzie. Last time up had a 3-1 count, got a fastball, jammed himself. Boy, that'll just drive you bonkers. Fastball strike.
I'll tell you one thing, no complaints today from Ted Hendry, the home plate umpire. Very good job.
0-2 the count for both sides.
Yeah. Got this game moving along a little bit, not like the other 3.
Well, I think, as we said earlier, I think this is one of the best crews. Palermo, Garcia, Riley, that ball in the right field. Sammy, Wentz taking it away from him, but he makes the catch. That'll retire the side. Eric has retired 7 in a row after 5.5. 2-1 Sox.
Coming this fall to Sports Channel. They're an explosive and thrilling team with their sights set on the NBA championship. Get set as Air Jordan and the Chicago Bulls launch their assault on the rest of the NBA. Bulls basketball returns to Sports Channel this fall. There's nothing like it. The 1980s and the Chicago White Sox. From the storybook season in 1983 to the end of the decade at historic Comiskey Park, the Chicago White Sox are a team of constant change and excitement. Take a look back at your favorite year with the White Sox by choosing one of 7 videotapes or by getting the whole collection. Remember when the White Sox won the American League West by a record 20 games? Or Carlton Fisk's 2000th hit? Or Tom Seaver's 300th career victory achieved in a Sox uniform? Don't miss this entertaining look back at the Chicago White Sox. Order your favorite year with the White Sox for only $19.95 plus $2.50 shipping and handling. Catch the memories on tape. To order, send check or money order to Sports Channel Chicago. White Sox highlight tape, P.O. Box 506, Oak Park, Illinois 60303. Be sure to specify which year or years you would like to ensure quick delivery. Sports Nightly is your source for up-to-the-minute scores, highlights, and features on the fast-paced world of sports. Sports Nightly, exclusively on Sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Chicago, 2-1 White Sox. And here's a reminder that the special final game program that will be available at Comiskey Park the final weekend is now available through the mail. This program features a specially designed cover and is available for $5 each plus $2 postage and handling by sending a check or money order. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah!
Ivan Calderon hits a hanger from kicker down the line. He will move into second with a leadoff double, number 42 on the season. Yes!
All right. Leadoff man on second. Let's manufacture this run. Let's take a look. Little breaking ball. Ivan kept his hands back this time. Nicely stroked. And he gets to second base. And here's that address. It's Final Game Program, Department MKG, Chicago White Sox, 324 West 35th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. Come on, Lance.
Lance got to get the job done here. He's 0 for 2. Corners in close. Boggs on the grass. Marshall almost even with the bag. Outfield straight away. Little looper. That's going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Calhoun. He saw it all the way. He's going to score. The Sox lead at 3-1. Yes.
Well, Lance did everything wrong right there. He hit the ball to the opposite field. He was supposed to pull the ball here to get him. But watch this. A little blooper off the end of the bat. Can't throw it in there any more pretty than that. Greenwell can't make a play. Calderon is such a good base runner. He knows where the outfielders are, and when that ball was hit, he was off to the races because he knew that Greenwell couldn't catch the ball in the air. He scores easily from second base, and here comes Bill Fisher, sinker slider pitcher, out to the mound.
No, here comes the right-hander Bill Fisher.
Barry Anderson on the left of the screen. Rob Murphy. Fish told me today that he was your first roommate.
Yeah, he was my first roommate in the big leagues. I was 20 years old when I joined Kansas City, and they put me with him.
Yeah, well, he told me a story. And he came back to the room one day, and you were with some of your Georgia buddies, and you came back to the room, and you had your shirt. Your shirt was completely ripped off. You had nothing but marks all over your body. He says, "What the heck happened to you?" And you said you were hustling people in the pool hall, and you got in a big fight.
I did. Here's Big Frank. Big Frank 0 for 2. Good job, nothing on. Lance, 32 stolen bases. Big Frank, first time up, hammered one into right field. I remember that. Boy, this guy's did a number on me, on my nose.
Is that
one of the 6 times?
Said you were 20 years old.
Yeah. Outside. Fish used to go on a week road trip. Fish used to go on a week road trip with his Dob kit. I mean, everybody on the club used to really climb all over him about that. When everybody else would be standing around getting their luggage, everybody looking over Fish. Fish, where's your luggage? Where's your bag?
And his toothbrush?
Good guy. Good son now, really. Blair. Everybody out there has got to contend with it.
Right center might be the key place right now. Yeah. Ooh. Way inside. As the evening starts to come and that sun starts setting, the right field here is really a tough sun field.
3 balls, no strikes, nobody out. 1 run in. Johnson at first. Pasqua on deck. 3-1 to count. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Sox. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Boston.
Oh, a 3-1 count. Let's see if Lance Johnson's off to the races here. Pena thinks so.
He does not go. And that's ball 4. I think Big Frank has taken over the lead on this ball club with 2 0-3-1 counts. And that's just a beautiful thing to see as kicker walks his first hitter. That's just a beautiful thing to see for a 22-year-old rookie who is close to 6'5", 240 pounds.
Yeah, seems like every time he's going up there right now, he's hitting in those favorable counts. And well, I'll tell you, it's so much easier to hit then. See, that's only the first walk by kicker this afternoon.
Well, here comes Joe Morgan. That's going to be all for Dana Kicker as Joe will make his entrance onto the field. Go out there and get Rob Murphy. As you got Pasqua, Ventura, the next two hitters. He makes a sign, and indeed it is the southpaw Rob Murphy. So a break in the action, and we'll be back to give you Murphy's numbers right after this.
Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Goodfellas. The true story of 3 decades of life in the Mafia. Rated R. Starts Friday, September 21st.
Steel & Lober, building quality garages since 1947. We feature materials from our own lumber yard, passing the savings directly to you. Call now and receive a free garage door opener with every new garage. For a free new garage estimate, call 708-636-5660. Steel & Lober's Protector replacement doors are one of the best insulated, strongest steel doors available, protecting your home from heat, cold, and burglary. Prices start at $199. For a free estimate on replacement doors or new garages, call 708-636-5660.
Hey, Gleason, what makes a Gleason deal so darn good anyway?
Gleason, I'll let my team answer that. Gleason, it's our low price.
Gleason, I disagree. Sure, we have low prices, but people love our better selection.
Wait a minute. Gleason, it's obviously our low price.
Better selection, low price.
Wait a minute, fellas. Let's just say that for a price that's light and a selection that's right, check out the Gleason 6-pack. Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, Ford, Chevy, Buick.
There are over $375,000 in cash prizes waiting for you in the Sun-Times Social Security Sweepstakes. Look for your winning number every day in Chicago's #1 selling newspaper, the Chicago Sun-Times.
Red Sox make a pitching change here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Big left-hander Rob Murphy comes on the work. 0-6 with a 6.38 earned run average. 64 games he has appeared in this season, given up a ton of hits. He's got 7 saves, but 82 hits in 55 innings. That's incredible. 30 walks, 53 strikeouts. The American League is batting .347 against Rob Murphy so far this season. So he is really scuffling this year. Joe Morgan went through the lefty-lefty matchup with Rob Murphy. Danny Pascal was the scheduled hitter, but Jeff Torborg has gone to his bench, and Phil Bradley comes out to pinch hit for Pascal.
Pascal is 2 for 2, a double, a single, and a run scored. Danny Pascal very quietly having an outstanding season. So the corners for the Red Sox well in. See if they put the wheel play on. There it is. The one thing about the wheel play, though, is it really takes all the heat off the runner at second. As far as getting caught out there in no man's land.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the wheel play. You know, I like the wheel play in certain situations. But when you got a runner like Lance Johnson out there, and you got a guy who can put the bat on the ball to play, I don't like the wheel play there.
No, because if he uses his head, all he does is try and just slaps at the ball, hits a ground ball up the middle. He's got himself a base hit, RBI, and a big inning.
That's exactly right. The wheel play was not on them, but Lance, as they go to the second base, just in time. Big Frank, good effort, good hustle by Big Frank, even though they get him.
Well, you'd love to have seen that in the previous pitch, the swing at that. You see Jody Reed ranging well to his right, makes the throw, and half a step is about all you can see right there.
Well, Wimpy, that's like we were talking yesterday, you know, like with Ozzie. And Bradley, too, although I don't think Phil's quite as, has quite the instincts that Ozzie has. But still, the point being is if you got the right guy at the plate, then you just let him handle that situation himself. You tell him if they get put the wheel play on and the corner's in, just go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, square around and just do that little butcher boy thing.
Just little butcher boy.
Goodness. Just play pepper.
Well, Reed actually gave the wheel away pretty early last time. So it's not too hard if you're at the plate to pick it up. Robin 0 for 2. Breaking ball misses and the count 2-0.
Rob Murphy, he's in his second year with Boston as we look at Ron Karkovice. Last year he was outstanding. 5-7 with a 2.74 earned run average in 74 games. Struck out 107 in 105 innings. This year, complete turnaround to the bad side.
3 balls, no strikes with Kark on deck.
I'll tell you what, if he loses Ventura, I bet that Joe Morgan will go to Larry Anderson.
You can bet on it. Bradley, pretty good lead over there. There's a strike. 3 balls are striking out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-7-1 for the Sox, 1-4-0 for Boston. There goes Bradley. There's the throw as Bradley gets hung up now. And here comes Lance. They're going to put it on him. So the Red Sox worked that one well. And there's 2 gone.
Well, you hate to give up that advantage that you have. Boy, there's a questionable call right there, down and away. Bradley has to stop there. I guess he was just going on the pitch. Well, you see Lance thrown out at home, but a great job by Jody Reed right there to get the runner back to first base, get him going that way. And then when Lance goes, he sets up and fires a strike to Tony Pena for an easy out at home.
Well, now the count full with 2 gone. There goes Bradley, and there's ball 4. And here comes Morgan. He's going to Anderson. You know, there's another interesting play when you got good speed on the corners like that with 1 out. As a 36-year-old veteran, Larry Anderson will make his way out. There he is. And we'll get back. We'll discuss it just a bit when we return. But we'll take a break. Be back, give you Larry's numbers right after this.
It's over at River Oaks Toyota.
What a clearance.
The last of the 90 Toyotas at sacrifice prices while they last.
Glad I got here when I did.
This is the one you wait for. The year-end clearance at the warehouse. Camrys, $199 down or $179 a month. Save $5,000 on a Toyota. Corollas, $199 down or $129 a month. Don't wait. Get a clearance price before it's too late.
What a sale.
Take 159 East off the Calumet Expressway to Calumet City now. River Oaks Toyota, the Toyota warehouse. You want to buy a Toyota or what?
I'm Tim Paulson, Vice President of the Hair Club for Men, and of course, I'm also a client. Like these men, I called Hair Club's toll-free number requesting their informative booklet about thinning hair. Probably the best call I ever made. Inside was everything you need to know about hair replacement, including this complete objective bibliography. You'll learn about toupees, weaves, transplants, some misconceptions of minoxidil, as well as Hair Club's non-surgical strand-by-strand method, which adds ideally matched top-quality human hair to your own hair. In no time, you have a natural-looking head of hair that lets you lead a worry-free active lifestyle. No chemicals, no surgery, yet it feels like a part of you. And the price is based on your degree of hair loss. Remember, if you want more facts, free and without obligation, you can call this toll-free number for your booklet. No salesman will call you. Consultations are free.
And remember, I personally guarantee your satisfaction. I'm Cy Sperling, and I'm not only the Hair Club president, but I'm also a client.
Larry Anderson, just acquired from the Houston Astros, comes on to work for the Boston Red Sox. Larry with no record. He doesn't have any ERA either. 6 ball games appeared for the Bo Sox. He's worked 10 2/3 innings, given up only 5 hits and only 2 walks and 12 strikeouts. Well, he's got that good sinker slider working for him very well. There's a real fine acquisition by Boston.
Wendy, why don't you explain what we were just discussing with a man on first and third, 1 out, and you get good speed at the corners and a left-handed pitcher.
Well, with a left-hander, he can't see the runner at third base. So if you're going to steal in that situation, the guy from third has really got to make the first move. He goes, and on that cue, the runner from first base, as you had mentioned between innings, either falls down, gets picked off, but starts moving in the direction of second base. As soon as that guy steps off the rubber and goes after the guy from first, that runner from third can walk home.
That's right. That's with good speed at third. Now, if you don't have the good speed, you can't make the break too quick because the catcher will pick it up and he'll just come up and go right to third base with a throw. But well, with good speed at the corners and a left-hander out there on the mound, the guy at third should never be thrown out at home. So here's Kark with Bradley at second and Ventura at first, 2 out. Sox lead at 3-1. Tigers over the Yankees 5-2. Cecil Fielder, number 47 in that ball game. Outside 1-0. And as you see the uniforms right there, as we know them to be, that's the last time. This game is the last time you will see them. Sue Seeley comes in to remind us of that. Outside and the count 2-0. They will be wearing the new uniforms for the last homestand of 1990. The new ones for 1991. And they are just gorgeous. Outfield straight away. 2-1 to count. Kark with an RBI single in the second. Knocking in Pasqua. Look at this, base hit by Karkovice. Here comes Bradley, he rounds third. Ventura on his way to third. Bradley scores, Sox lead at 4-1, yes! Nice job by Karkovice.
Great job of hitting by Karko right here. My goodness, that's a good job. Watch the pitch, not that bad. Slider down, touches a little bit too much of the plate, I'm sure, for Anderson's liking. And Karko just hammers it into right field. Beautiful job by Karko with a 2-out RBI. Second of the game, his 20th of the season. And that'll bring up Sammy Sosa. Sox leading at 4-1. All right.
Sammy 1 for 2, an RBI double in the second inning. One for the Sox. 1 on 4 hits for Boston. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Good eye by Sammy, and the count moves to 2-1. San Diego hammering Atlanta 9-3. It's in the 9th inning down in Georgia. San Francisco at Houston, still tied at 1, 7th inning. Milwaukee leading Texas 5-3, still in the 3rd down in Arlington. Good eye. 3-1 to count. No Scooter on deck. Pretty good pitch right there by Anderson. And the count goes full. And Paul on the left and Kenneth Patterson. Kark's off and Sammy's gone. But the Sox do a little more damage, coming up with 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 men left. After 6, they lead it 4-1.
Real stories from a real year-end clearance.
We saved $1,500 on our new Camry.
Save on Camry, the most trouble-free compact in America.
I saved $2,000 on my Corolla.
Save on Corolla, the most trouble-free subcompact in America. It's Toyota's year-end clearance on Toyota trucks, Camrys, Corollas. Every Toyota car and truck.
I saved $1,400 on my Toyota truck.
Stop waiting. Toyota's year-end clearance is here. Hurry in now.
What kind of paint was that? Watercolor.
Nothing beats a
Go to Sears and drive 40,000 miles in any weather. The all-season, speed-rated Y382 from the technology experts at Yokohama.
Come back to Comiskey for the Sox and Mariners Friday, September 28th at 7. And get a White Sox script logo pin courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 559-1212. The last season in the historic Comiskey Park. Years from now, you'll say you were there. Sweet home Chicago. A great look at downtown Chicago and the skyline, and the White Sox leading it 4-1. We're in the top of the 7th inning here at Comiskey Park. Phil Bradley, who pinch hit for Dan Pasqua, goes into the game in left field. And everybody else remains the same. It's now Bradley, Johnson, and Sosa in the outfield. There you look at Eric King, 81 pitches, 55 strikes. He's gone 6 innings, 4 hits. He's given up 1 run. He's walked 2. No strikeouts yet for Eric, but he's made good enough pitches to get himself out of the few jams that he has gotten into this afternoon. Mike Marshall will lead things off for Boston here in the 7th. Mike is 1 for 2. He tripled, and he flied out. Triple, of course, was a great play by Lance Johnson, keeping the ball in play. Breaking ball strike. It's good to see Eric throw a strike with that slider. Hit in the air to right field. Sammy coming on. He can't get there. Base hit for Mike Marshall. Leading off the 7th. Like Eric made a pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in on the fist, but Marshall, very strong, was able to fight it off over the infield in front of Sammy Sosa in right field.
Well, that breaks a string of 7 consecutive Red Sox hitters retired by Eric. But basically, Wimpy, as you alluded to earlier, he's just been struggling all day. Basically been a one-pitch pitcher. He's just been battling hard, the same as Greg Hibbert did, you know, in his start yesterday. Greg didn't have his good stuff, but he just outgutted him.
Our guys are not going to quit. Have our Long John Silver scoreboard after the completion of this half inning. There's Steve Palermo pointing something out to Ted Hendry. And we're back. Tony Pena. Tony 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He walked in the 4th inning that is. Grounded out in the 2nd. Sinker misses. Pena, 257 hitter on the season. Fastball misses up high. I think Tony taking all the way there. Randy Kutcher, the on-deck hitter, These are the guys in the lineup that you want. That's 7, 8, 9 for Boston. You want to take care of these guys when you get to the Boggs. Well, the Evans, Reed, Greenwell, those kind of people. You don't want anybody to be on base. He swung at ball 3 and pops it straight back. That's out of play. Don't want to turn over that lineup. Because Boston, they've got some boppers in the middle of it. Just a matter of time. And a special happy birthday wish to Carson Green, who is 12 years old today, from his uncle Stu Green, our audio man. See there. We've got some cake for him today, too. Big one. Five-time National League All-Star Tony Pena. 82, 84, 85, 86, and 89. First 4 were with the Pirates. The last one, 89, with the Cardinals. Free agent signing of the Red Sox in the offseason. Good acquisition. Fastball misses upstairs. King falls behind 3-1. Eric, 2 walks on the afternoon, has not struck out anybody yet. And I got a feeling he might be on thin ice right here if he loses Pena. Jeff looking at the scorecard. Fastball count. Here it comes. Tries to duck it. No way. Now 6-4-3 would look nice. 4-6-3. 5-4-3. Bingo. Another fastball coming. Park wants it. He gets it. Out over the plate. Fouled back right side. Our Kodak Camera Day has been rescheduled for Wednesday, September 26th. When the Sox meet the Twins at 7:05. Fans will get a chance to go on the field to take pictures of their favorite players in the new black and silver uniforms. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 312-559-1212. So get there early. That'll be a fun night at the ballpark. How about the Expo? Oh boy, 4-1 over the Pirates. They swept them in this series, 13-5 versus Pittsburgh. Hammered to left field, but the wind's going to grab it. Bill Bradley right there. Boy, that ball came down like a nice soft wedge, didn't it, Hawk?
An L wedge.
You can hit the ball in the air today. Good time to have a 3-run lead.
Minnesota leading Oakland 2-0.
Phil Plantier is going to come out to hit here for Randy Kutcher. Recent call-up. What's Phil done this year? He's 0-83. He's only had 12 at-bats. 1 hit. He has an RBI. 0-for-3 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. Left-handed hitter. Started game 1 of this series on Thursday night in the DH role. He does a little nifty thing with his front shoulder. He's got the Boston boogie or whatever he does with that front shoulder kind of wiggle before he gets going here.
He got some guns on him, doesn't he?
Boy, he does. Watch this.
Just shaking it out, that's all.
There's Oscar Gamble's dance working for him too a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Only major league hit was off Dave Stieb. The .253 at Pawtucket this year.
I have to make a trade for him. Clark, his feet came right out from under. Oh boy.
We're going to trade for him because he got a hit off of Stieb?
Yeah.
Power factor at Pawtucket. He had 33 homers, 79 RBIs.
That's a nice park to hit it.
Is it?
Yeah, especially if you're left-handed.
Here's one up the middle. Scotty with the backhand to Ozzie. Yes!
What a play!
That'll do it in the 7th inning for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Sox.
Guess who's back to host Bears 90 this season?
No way. No way.
Yes, it's true. All-Pro Dan Hampton.
I have no idea how this guy gets here.
It's not just another highlight show.
Costs about $1.5 million an episode to put together.
Dan brings the best of sports and entertainment together every week.
It's like jumping on board a train and going for a long ride.
But the best reason to watch Dan Hampton is because he says so.
Yeah, I like that reason.
Coming September 28th through the 30th, it's the historic last ever baseball weekend from the original Comiskey Park. And Sports Channel will be there for the hits, runs, and spectacular plays. Catch the excitement and drama as Sports Channel provides live pregame telecasts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from both outside and inside Comiskey Park. Then complete game coverage Friday night and Sunday afternoon. It's the last weekend at Comiskey, and you won't want to miss this historic event. Watch the drama unfold the weekend of September 30th on Sports Channel. It's the premiere of the Francis Pay Show, Tuesday at 6:30. Don't miss the inside line on Chicago's only Big Ten team. Join host Chuck Swirsky and head coach Francis Pay as they chart the Wildcats' progress and give a behind-the-scenes look at the Northwestern football program. Catch highlights from the Northwestern Duke game, plus a feature on All-American candidate Richard Buchanan. It's all coming your way Tuesday at 6:30 right here on...
The second Long John Silver Major League scoreboard for you. There you see the Tigers over the Yankees 5-2. Kansas City leading Cleveland 6-4 in the 6th. 5-3. Brewers over the Rangers. Seattle shutting out California 2-0 in the first. Minnesota 3 now. Oakland 0 in the second. Later on, Baltimore at Toronto. In the National League, Expos over the Pirates 4-1. Phillies hammered the Mets 8-3. Padres took the measure of the Braves 9-4 in Georgia. Cubs leading the Cardinals 7-4 in the 8th. 2-2 Los Angeles at Cincinnati. And a change right here. Jim Pankovitz moves into second base for the Red Sox. And what a play by Scotty Fletcher off the bat of Phil Plantier. Look at the top spin. He makes it, shuffles it over to Ozzie, and you can rack him up. Beautiful.
Boy, certainly the defensive gem of this game, and it really got the Sox and Eric King out of a potential big inning for the Red Sox. Look at that. Whew, that's pretty. And wouldn't you know it, look who's leading off the 7th for the Sox.
We have seen some good defense from the Sox in this series. So a beautiful play earlier, in case you just joined us. Lance Johnson going up over the center field fence, planting his left foot about halfway up in that padding in the wall, getting up high and bringing a ball hit by Mike Marshall back into the park. Marshall got a triple, but it saved a run.
So Scotty will lead things off for the Sox here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. He's 0 for 2 on the night, hitting hard last time up. Liner to right field that Brunansky caught. Takes ball 1.
37,561 in attendance.
That's great. Right at 1.8 now. 1.8 million for the season for the Sox in attendance with a one last week to go. There's a strike with the slider.
Big crowds for the last homestand at Comiskey Park. Old Comiskey Park.
Yep. 1-1 to Fletcher. Fastball hit over the Boston dugout into the stands. Everybody's all right. Boy, Scotty got that ball on the short hop right there in perfect form. Got it to Ozzie, and it was history. They worked so well. Double play tandem. They have saved many innings for the White Sox this season. So Anderson, his job right now to keep the Red Sox in contention, keep the lead at 3, give those bats a chance. He got him.
Look at that good slider. That is his bread and butter. Excellent control with it.
Late breaker too. Ozzie's or Scotty's looking fastball right there to right at the last, so it gets to home plate and it just kind of little left turn. Yeah,
tight little slider.
Here's Ozzie. 1 for 2 was thrown out stealing. His last time up. Misses outside, ball 1. There's Irvin, Darrell Irvin, warming up for the Red Sox.
Who?
Darrell Irvin, sinker slider type pitcher, little curve. Pitched the other night. 1-1 to Ozzie. Red Sox straight away in the outfield. Hammered. This might be the best weekend for souvenirs. Best chance to get a souvenir for a fan coming to the ballpark.
Did you see how bad Jack Gould looked when he came to the ballpark today?
He was sick. Yeah. Oh my, he ran one right in on Ozzie and he hit it right off his back foot, believe it or not.
That slider down there, boy, that goes right off the top. That's unfortunate. That could be a little more damaging than it appears. Watch it there, right off the top. The side top of his rear foot.
Well, you could see the pain in Ozzie as he was starting his swing. He knew he was in trouble.
We got him right on top where all those little bones are, and I'll tell you, that can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, I've seen guys break their legs, break their ankles, hitting foul balls off them. Well, he can run that slider down and in on a lefty, too, which will make you do that. He comes away. Gotcha. Third strikeout for Larry Anderson.
Slider.
Yeah, what new? I think he nipped the outside corner. Boy, he had Ozzie set up for that pitch too, didn't he?
Yes.
Coming way in off the plate. I'll just backdoor him here. He got him. Here's Ivan. Calderon doubled and scored. Start off that 6th inning. Big inning for the Sox. Takes fastball, strike 1. Anderson has faced 4 hitters since he came on in the 6th inning. Gave up a leadoff single to Ron Karkovice, a big 2-out RBI to supply the 4th run for the White Sox. He has struck everybody else out. Oh boy. There's that tight slider. Larry Anderson left the American League after the 1982 season when he was with Seattle. Been in the National League ever since with Philadelphia and Houston and has done very, very well. 0-2 pitch coming. He's coming way outside with it. Ivan Calderon is one of 6 players in Sox history to hit 40-plus doubles in a season. Oh, he got him. So Larry Anderson strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. As we go to the top of the 8th, it's White Sox 4, Red Sox 1.
To cover the news in this town, you gotta have fast feet and a big heart, because this is a gutsy town, and nobody.
Stock prices soared Monday to their highest level since last autumn, while analysts predicted the market may find little.
As a sports writer, you can't just watch the game. You got to completely absorb it. Every play, every pitch, every strike.
You never know what you'll find on a stage in this town.
Chicago's brand of theater is like the city itself. It's bold, physical, nervous.
Get it straight from the heart of the city, the Chicago Sun-Times. Chicago's #1 selling newspaper.
Hey, Gleason, what makes a Gleason deal so darn good anyway?
Gleason, I'll let my team answer that. Gleason, it's our low price.
Gleason, I disagree. Sure, we have low prices, but people love our better selection.
Wait a minute. Gleason, it's obviously our low price.
Better selection, low price.
Wait a minute, fellas. Let's just say that for a price that's light and a selection that's right, check out the Gleason 6-pack. Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, Ford, Chevy, Buick.
Barry Jones comes on to work in the 8th inning here at Comiskey Park in relief of Eric King. Barry 11-3 on the season with a 2.35 earned run average, 61st appearance this afternoon. One save. He's given up only 58 hits in 69 innings worked, 31 walks, 42 strikeouts. So Barry Jones out there. Eric King, a good job this afternoon. Omnibus clouds here as we look at the new Comiskey Park right across the street on 35th.
And it'll be the top of the order for the Red Sox here in the 8th. Reed, Evans, and Boggs. 4-8-1 for the Sox, 1-5-0 for Boston. Reed takes the inside strike. Jody 0 for 3 this afternoon. Now Phil playing him to pull. Jams and pops him up. Ozzie.
Uh-oh. No problem. No glasses either.
He is so much fun to watch play as you look at the swing of Jody Reed. Good pitch by Barry.
Yep.
Here's Dwight Evans. He's walked, he's singled, he's knocked in the only Red Sox run, and he's bounced to third. It has time. 2 gone.
That's the second middle-of-the-road hop that Robin has had this afternoon. He couldn't come up with one with Alex Burks, but he got him there. Good pitch by BJ. A little sinker just bore in on his hands. Robin, good job right there, barehanding the ball after he keeps the ball just to his side. There you go. 2 out. Eric King threw 93 pitches this afternoon, 63 strikes, 7 innings, 1 run. Not too shabby.
Boggs takes it down low. Boggs 1 for 3. Ozzie, 2 hopper. 5-pitch inning for Barry Jones. That'll do it. After 7.5, it's 4-1 Sox.
Coming this fall on Sports Channel, get exclusive insight into Fighting Irish football as the Lou Holtz Show returns to Sports Channel. Follow one of the nation's top football programs each week with highlights and features on Irish players and coaches, plus exclusive live coverage of Notre Dame football, starting with the September 29th battle with Purdue, the October 6th contest with Stanford, and the Air Force game October 13th. The Lou Holtz Show and Notre Dame football are back this fall on Sports Channel. There's nothing like it.
It's over at River Oaks Toyota.
What a clearance.
The last of the 90 Toyotas at sacrifice prices while they last.
Glad I got here when I did.
This is the one you wait for, the year-end clearance at the warehouse. Tercels, $199 down or $99 a month. Save $5,000 on a Toyota. 2-wheel drive trucks, $199 down or $99 a month. Don't wait. Get a clearance price before it's too late.
What a sale.
Take 159 east off the Calumet Expressway to Calumet City now. River Oaks Toyota, the Toyota warehouse. You want to buy a Toyota or what?
Jeff Gray comes out to work the 8th inning, and too soon. Larry Anderson punched out 4 in an inning and a third. 2-3 record with a 4.22 earned run average this year. 34th appearance for Jeff. He has 9 saves, so he's done a good job for the Bo Sox, giving up 43 hits and almost the same number of innings. 12 walks, 37 strikeouts. So Gray on to work. And the Sox trying to get a little bit of insurance here. Lance Johnson will lead things off. Frank Thomas and Phil Bradley, the first 3 hitters to face Gray in the 8th inning.
He's Dennis Menace, too. After Brett. Look at him.
Look like some sticky Gatorade all over you.
It'll be Lance, Big Frank, and Bradley. 4-8-1 for the Sox, 1-5-0 for Boston. The Sox trying to sweep the Red Sox. Gray delivers a strike on the outside corner. Lou's happy this afternoon. Cincinnati leading the Dodgers 9-3 in the 7th inning.
Big turnaround there. Dodgers needed that game.
0-2 the count. Okay, you see what he's done this series. It up short center, Ellis Burke. Carlos.
Just in case there's a sniper right there in the first row. That little girl looks dangerous.
Here's Big Frank. Frank is 0 for 2 with a walk. Outfield straight away. Minnesota leading Oakland 4-0. That's in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Seattle shutting out California 2-0 in the 3rd. Of course, later on tonight at Skydome, it'll be the Orioles against the Blue Jays. If things continue here, the Red Sox lead will be cut to a game and a half. One and one the count. Sox with 2 runs in the 2nd. Boston scored their run in the 3rd. Sox came back with 2 more in the 6th. One and 2.
Here's a reminder to join Jeff Torborg and me tomorrow night at 6:30 for highlights from both the Boston Red Sox and Cleveland Indians series. A special feature on the White Sox bullpen with our tour guide Wayne Edwards, and our usual Coach's Corner. This week we're going to feature Terry Boom Boom Bevington right here only on Sports Channel.
1-2 pitch. On the inside corner. He's been giving up to both sides all day.
Gray, as you can see, he's got good movement on his fastball, sinking down and into Frank. Frank thought it was inside.
Now Bob Montgomery, one of the Red Sox announcers, told me that Gray really is one of those guys about a foot quicker than he looks. Very, very sneaky. Here's Bradley. Came in to pinch hit for Dan Pasqua in the 6th inning. Hit into a force play. Pasqua was 2 for 2. A double, a single, and a run scored. Pitch hammered over by the Sox dugout. Out of Jack McDowell. Thus far in this series, it has been the Sox pitching and defense that has dominated. Fastball inside and the count 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Sox have got a lot of sweeps this year. The last homestand was a brief one, 3-game set against Kansas City. Swept them. Had a good chance to sweep Boston.
I think they've done it at least 6 or 7 times this year.
2-1 to count.
It's really tough to do, Hawk, when you consider 4-game sweeps are just almost unheard of.
How about the 5-game sweep against Milwaukee at County Stadium?
Yeah, that was the most amazing one, I think, the entire year. Of course, the Sox have had the Brewers' number now for a couple of years now.
So the 2-2 count with 2 out here in the 8th inning. Outfield, straight away.
It's going to be the last time we say that, possibly. And so Fenway.
He's gone. 1-2-3 inning for Jeff Gray. They'll go to the 9th, leading the Red Sox 4-1.
Got a second? Play Illinois baseball, the lottery's new instant game. You could walk off with up to $250 in cash. So, if you got a second, play this instant.
Nothing beats it.
Nothing beats it.
Nothing beats it.
The one and only.
Nothing beats it.
The clean, the crisp, the cold. The king of beers.
Nothing beats a Bud. Nothing beats the king of beers. Nothing beats a Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud.
The best is what we got. The best is what you want. The best is what you get.
The ultimate incentive. 0% financing or big cash back that can save you money. Standard driver's side airbags on hundreds of Chryslers and Plymouths that can save your life. There's no better time to buy, so act now.
The best is what you get.
Get the best of the 90s at Joe Gentile Chrysler Plymouth in Barrington.
Come back to Comiskey for the Sox and Mariners Friday, September 28th at 7. And get a White Sox script logo pin courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 559-1212. The last season in historic Comiskey Park. Years from now, you'll say you were there. The lights are on at the ballpark here in the 9th inning. Sox with a 4-1 lead, and our next televised game on Sports Channel will be Tuesday. The Sox and the Oakland A's. Look at that, 39 and 33 on the road for the White Sox, where the A's, well, they're 46 and 25 at home this year. That's Tuesday at 9:30, only on Sports Channel. And it is Thiggy time. You are so right. 9th inning, the Thigmaster comes on. 4 and 6, 192 earned run average. 70th appearance tonight. Today. This evening. 50 saves to lead the world. 79 and 2/3 innings. Only 53 hits, 28 walks, 65 strikeouts. It's 4, 5, and 6.
Ellis Burks takes the strike and the count 0-1. Burks 0 for 3 this afternoon. 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Sox, 1 on 5 hits, and no errors for Boston. Two. Outfield playing Burks around to the left, bunched a bit. Ventura way back at third. Sox trying to get back to 22 games over the 500 mark. Ozzie. One out. They'll bring up the left fielder, Mike Greenwell. He's drawing the collar. What are we talking about? In today's game, Boggs, Burks, Greenwell, Brunansky. They are 1 for 14 between them. Little looper, that's going to fall for a base hit. Duck snort, we have seen a few of those in this series. Here's Brunansky. He's flying to center, popped to short, and he's flying to right. Once again, the pitching matchups for that 3-game set against the A's. Tomorrow night, Melito Perez against Scott Sanderson. Tuesday, Alex Fernandez against Undecided. There's the slider strike. And then in the finale of that 3-game set against Oakland will be Jack McDowell against Dave Stewart. Sox will finish that series, going up to take on the Mariners at the Kingdome for a 4-game set before returning home for the final homestand here at Comiskey Park. That's out of play, and the count of ball and 2 strikes to Bruno. That's foul. So the count hangs at 1-2. Kansas City leading Cleveland 7-6. That's the bottom of the 7th inning. Milwaukee leading Texas 5-3. Bottom of the 6th. Down in Arlington. Minnesota still shutting out Oakland 4-0. That's in the bottom of the 4th at the Coliseum. Phillies beat the Mets 8-3 at Shea. Just inside, and the count evens at 2. Tigers over the Yankees 5-2 in Detroit. Bottom of the 9th at Houston. San Francisco leading the Astros 2-1. Gas. 2 gone.
Good old-fashioned hardball right here by Bobby Thigpen. He just fires it right down the middle of the plate with movement coming into Brunansky, and he just can't catch up with it. Belt high. Down to the last bullet, it's Mike Marshall.
Marshall 2 for 3 this afternoon. That triple was out of here, and Lance Johnson went up over the center field fence to bring it back in. Slider misses. Expos beat the Pirates 4-1 up in Canada. Wow. Well, there's a shot right back to the middle. So Mike Marshall now 3 for 4, but that'll bring the tying run to the plate. That one almost undressed Thiggy.
He got his glove anyway. Watch it. Up and away. And probably kind of sachets on away from that ball. So Marshall keeps it alive for the Red Sox here in the 9th inning. Tony Pena with a chance here with 2 out and 2 men on.
Pena's bounced to short. He's walked and he's flied to left. Going back to the dugout. Danny Heap has come out on deck to hit for Pankovitz. Scott Cooper, he will be the runner for Marshall.
And that's fun to do on a nice cold day. Sit around and go on the run.
So Thiggy's got to contend with the ever-dangerous Tony Pena. 4-1 Sox lead it here in the top of the ninth. And the count 1-0. Outfield spread out. They're deep. Up high, 2 balls, no strikes. There's a shot, base hit into right field. Sammy is going to get to it. They're going to wave him around. Here's a throw. They got a chance. Clark cannot come up with it. Now Pena will move into second base as Greenwell scores, and it's a 4-2 game with Cooper at third and Pena at second.
This didn't work out well for the Sox. There you see the fastball away, and that's Pena's joy spot right there. He lines it to right field. Sammy comes on, and Greenwell really should have stayed at third base because there's definitely a play here. The short hop, had Carco been able to hold on to the ball, he could have been out at home. But as a result of the collision and the ball going away, 2 runners now are in scoring position. The tying run is at second base.
Yeah, that was not a good decision by the third base coach, Reich Slider, to send him. Meanwhile, it turned out to be a very fortuitous one as Jeff Stone goes in to run for Pena. All of a sudden, this game is in big jeopardy. Outfield shading Heap to the left as the fastball strike. To the count.
Danny Heap was the last hitter last night.
High fastball, as you saw Jeff Torborg. He wanted to make sure they got that one up. Same thing, up. Yes, he did. Oh, come on. Mercy. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Damn.
Did he ever go?
No question about it. Full count to Heap. That'll load him up and bring up the shortstop, Jody Reed.
Here's a close pitch right here. Look at it. A little bit low. There's some anguish from Jeff Torborg.
Now we're going to have another pinch runner for Heat. Kevin Romine. So Scott Cooper third. Jeff Stone outstanding speed at second. Romine at first. Reeves 0 for 4. Count. There's a strike. Shot right back, and the game is over. The Sox sweep Boston for the first time in 28 years. Final score, they beat them 4-2. Yes! We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
It's not the flying that bothers me. It's that business of getting to the planes.
You may be heading for the wrong planes.
You tell me how to get in and out of Chicago without dealing with that airport chaos, and I'll do your expense reports for the last month. Midway Airlines.
At Midway Airport. It's close to downtown, and it's a 3-minute walk from the ticket counter to the farthest gate.
I'll give Midway a try.
Oh, John, you'll need these then.
Yeah.
Midway Airlines, what flying should be.
As a Sox fan, you'd probably love to have a piece of old Comiskey Park to remember it by. But please, don't take items from the park. The White Sox are going to sell seats and other memorabilia to fans after the season. All proceeds will go to the Chicago White Sox charities to help seriously ill patients in their fight for health, and many other needy charities as well. Help us raise money for charity. Don't steal from the park. You'd not only be hurting a worthy cause, you'd be breaking the law.
And you wouldn't want to do that now, would you?
There are those who thirst for something different, something beyond the ordinary. For them, there is a beer that refreshes like no other. Michelob Dry. Once you've experienced its bold taste, with no aftertaste, there's no going back.
There are over $375,000 in cash prizes waiting for you in the Sun-Times Social Security Sweepstakes. Look for your winning number every day in Chicago's #1 selling newspaper, the Chicago Sun-Times.
The VHP picture tube makes it seem like you're really there when you watch the new RCA home theater. And you can connect your Laserdisc, stereo, VCR, or camcorder to it without being a rocket scientist. And with the RCA home theater, you can get rid of your other remotes because it comes with Video Link, the universal remote. Another way, RCA is changing entertainment again.
Real stories from a real year-end clearance.
We saved $2,800 on our new Camry.
Save on Camry, the most trouble-free compact in America.
I saved $2,000 on my Corolla.
Save on Corolla, the most trouble-free subcompact in America. Save also on Cressida, the most trouble-free car in America. Save on every Toyota now during Toyota's year-end clearance.
I saved $1,300 on my Toyota.
It's what you waited for, Toyota's year-end clearance. Don't miss it.
What do you do?
I'm in construction.
Rex Reed calls Goodfellas great entertainment, one of Scorsese's best films ever. Big, rich, powerful, and explosive. Goodfellas, rated R, starts Friday, September 21st.
There it is, a 4-game sweep for the Sox over Boston. Totals on the board for today: 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Sox, they stranded 5. For Boston, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8. The winner, Eric King, picking up his second consecutive victory. He is now 10-4. Dana Kicker, the loser, he is 6-9. And look at that save monster, the save machine, Bobby Thigpen. Save number 51 in our Budweiser player of the game goes to Ron Karkovice. Couple of big base hits, couple of big RBIs, and Budweiser will donate $100 in Ron's name to Bacchus. That's a program for students choosing healthy campus lifestyles. So for the first time in 28 years, the Sox sweep Boston in a 4-game set. They did it by scores of 9-6 on Thursday, 4-0 on Friday. It was 7-4 yesterday, and then 4-2 this afternoon went Peru. It was just a set where the pitching and the defense was outstanding in this 4-game set.
Yeah, and you called it in Cleveland, Hawk. You liked the pitching matchups that the Sox had against the Red Sox in this series, so all the pitchers did very well. The defense was really outstanding. I'll tell you, the play that Scotty Fletcher made to turn that double play late in the ball game was certainly a key to that game. And Ron Karkovice was great in the clutch. He did everything. He ran the bases. He got 2 clutch RBIs, 2 big hits. It was just a great weekend for Chicago White Sox baseball. A bad one for the Red Sox, though, because they're only a game and a half up front now of the Toronto Blue Jays, who play tonight at Skydome.
Now the Sox go to 22 games over. Now Minnesota's out there. They're shutting out the Athletics 4-0. That was in the 4th inning at the Coliseum. And, you know how I feel. We've talked about it. As long as that ball's round, some funny bounces can take. So they got to go out there. They're going to leave in the charter tonight, go out there, take on the A's in that 3-game set, and go it day by day, like they've been doing all season long.
Yeah, there's no question about it. You go after it tomorrow night. Heck, if you beat the Oakland A's, that's just another feather in your hat. If you don't, well, that's another story. But the Sox, 22 games over 500, and you can't take that away from them. It's been a great year.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Sports Channel's coverage of Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you it makes good sense to drink responsibly. Know when to say when. By your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers. Toyota, I love what you do for me. By the Illinois State Lottery. Have a ball. Play the lottery. By your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chrysler Plymouth dealers, where the best is what you get. By Midway Airlines, the airline of choice for the Chicago White Sox. And by the Chicago Sun-Times, Chicago's #1 selling newspaper. Yes, receive a gift from Helbros, the new tradition in time. See Helbros quartz watches at leading stores and catalog showrooms. You're watching Sports Channel, the home of the Chicago White Sox, Blackhawks, and Bulls.
When it comes to automobiles, there's only one, Bob Rohrman.
At Schaumburg Honda Automobiles, they're going once, going twice. Sold to the smart car buyers at the lowest prices of the year.
The 91s are coming, and our entire inventory of 90 Hondas must be sold this week. More than 500 Accords, Civics, CRXs, and Preludes, plus 300 demos and used cars. Nobody sells Hondas for less than Schaumburg Honda Automobiles.
They're going, gone!
Feel the heat of the 1990 Domino's Pizza Outboard Performance Class Sprint National Championships on the Kankakee River from Kankakee, Illinois. The Kankakee River has been the site of some of the most exciting and competitive races on the circuit. This long, narrow course will see speeds of up to 160 miles per hour with the Champ Boat and Mod U classes. An international field of over 200 drivers will compete for prize money and a shot at the national title.
Our next Sox game coming your way on Sports Channel will be Tuesday live at 9 p.m. when the Sox take on the Oakland A's, first of a big 3-game set. And the road record for the Sox, 39-33. And the Oakland A's, well, they are 21 over. They are 46-25 at home. This game was produced and directed by Jim Angio. Our executive producer is Steve Corman. Remote facilities were provided by Trio Video of Chicago. Be sure to stay tuned on Sports Channel for Spirit of Champions. Once again, the final score, the Sox sweep the Boston Red Sox. They beat them this afternoon 4-2. So for my partner, the Whipperoo, Tom Paciorek, and our producer-director, Jim Angio, this is the Hawk, Ken Harrelson. So long, everybody. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel. Yes!